Hi, everybody. It's Friday. It's Friday. Did y'all see? Dun, dun, dun. I have an FO. It feels like it's been 3 forever since I have had an FO. I finished my Shaun sweater. Dun, dun, dun. Can you tell I'm a little bit proud? Let me say hi to everybody first, shall I? Before I get into all those details. Well, hello, Anne and Katrin. I love it. And Carol Burdette is here. Very good. Valera. Hello, Valera. And Cindy B is here. I like it a lot. Y'all are busy saying hi to each other. I love that so much. And Star and Angie. Hey, Angie. Angie has a beautiful FO as well that I will be showing off today. They're kind of on opposite ends of the spectrum. Hers is a little bit more Florida friendly, actually, than my FO. We'll get to that in a minute. However, first of all, here she is. Let me stand up, shall I? So there it is. Length is good. I'm happy with that. Sleeves came out. I like them. I have to say, so I made a size 3. It's got this nice pearl column going down the side, and then also she's got this, you can see the rib goes down on, and it's super simple to do. Her instructions for doing it are excellent, perfect. I love it. So I think I told y'all I did a size 3. I used a size 7 needle, which is what she has in the pattern. I was hoping for it to be a little bit bigger, but I think that's my fault. I've gained a little bit of weight. And if I gain any more, I might have to make myself a bigger one. But it fits good. She's warm and cozy. In fact, should turn on my fan because I might get a little hot in here. Let me just do that real quick. Pardon me. And the executive producer isn't here today, y'all. He's out having a work lunch. He'll be back at some point, but we're all on our own, so we can talk about him as much as we want. Actually, no, we can't because he'll go back through and do chapters for me. So I don't know. Be careful what you say. You might see. Fortunately, we only have good things to say about Bo, don't we? All right, let's see. Hey, Katie, I'm so glad to see you. And Deborah Sue is here. Thank you all. You're so sweet. It is. I do like it, and it's super cozy. This, by the way, is all that I have left. So I used, if you'll remember, burnt butter on squishy worsted. I had 4 skeins, and I used all but this much. And then I paired it with nautical wheelers on fluffy lace. I had 2 skeins of that, and this is all that's left. I just happened to notice, and I don't know why I didn't notice it when I was doing the kits, but the yardage of fluffy lace is exactly the same as 2 skeins of squishy worsted. So it's like ideal for pairing. As soon as I was ready to change from my second, so it took 2 cakes of this to equal 1 cake of this. So as soon as I was ready to switch out my second cake of this, I was ready to switch out to my third cake. It would have been my third cake of this. I was ready to switch to my second cake of this, which it's not a huge inconvenience if they're not, equally paired in yardage, but it was just kind of a cool thing to say. And when it was happening, I was like, wait a minute. And I did the math and I was like, oh yeah, it has twice the amount of yardage in one of these skeins as one of these. So yeah, so I love it. It'll be perfect for a cold day outside when we go to Nashville, or if I go to Ohio again at some point. So yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm excited. I finished it up, of course, last night after dying to knit. I was on the couch. I think I had like 6 rows left of my sleeve and the bind off. And I had warned Bo, I'm staying up until I finish my sweater. And he was watching a hockey game, so he was up a little bit later than normal too. And he was like, I bet you're glad that's done, aren't you? I was like, yeah. So I entered it into Ravelry, and on my challenges, I only have 2 projects left to make it to my goal. I think my goal was 20 projects this year. And yeah, I'm 2 projects away. I think I'm going to meet it. And we'll talk more about that later. But Katie, you got the alert. I love it. Very nice. Okay, Donna, hello. Thank you. Yes, I love my Shaun sweater. You're so sweet. And Karen Leggett is here. Hello. If I missed anybody, hello to you all. And for those of you who watch later, welcome to you as well. That's right, Ann. We love Bo. We appreciate Bo very much. He was out this morning before he had to run off to his lunch. He was replacing some of my burner outlets. They're, like they were put in by a professional, but apparently the electrician said that it's the number one thing that affects the state of my outlets is the plug themselves. And some of my burners have got some old eat up plugs. So I might have to see about replacing some of those. So anyway, hello, Tish. Thank you so much. And let's see, 28 degrees. See, this would be perfect in your weather. The show. I know, Carol, where are his priorities? Obviously not with us. At least not right at this moment, but that's okay. We will allow him this. So, all right, I've got lots of things to show y'all. First of all, sneak peek, not sneak peek. It's not a sneak peek. It's the, if you did not get the Advent, the Christmas Advent this past year, this past Sunday was week 2 of opening them. So I'm going to show that. If for some reason you haven't opened yours and you don't want to see, then you might want to close your eyes. But here is one of the postcards that inspired it. You'll see there is some, obviously, green in this one. I left out the green because green is in other, that's all I'm going to say, is in some others. And so I left out the green and I focused on that kind of very pale blue that you see in the background and the gold and the red. And what I like about this is that it doesn't have to be Christmassy. Like you could turn this into kind of like a patriotic 4th of July, red, white, and blue type thing if you wanted. But so there's different options that you have for this. So this one is called Merry Messenger, and it was paired with lamplight. So that's that. And by the way, when we get to showing y'all whips, I have a picture. Karen Gutowski has already knit up a shawl from the week 1, the Mary Wood colorway. She has already worked up a shawl, and I'm going to show it to y'all. It's gorgeous. She's so fast, so fast. All right, so that was week 2. By the way, before I forget, this coming Sunday, week 3 of the Christmas Advent, and also, if I have my numbers right, check your card, your insert, but we also start opening Hanukkah on Sunday. I'm excited about that one. I hope y'all like it. So, all right. The other thing that I wanted to show you is that last Saturday, which I forgot to mention on the live, but I know I had been announcing it and it was in the newsletter, but last Saturday, I don't want to forget to show y'all this. Last Saturday, Bo and I went to Knitcessities in Orlando for a trunk show. And Vanessa, the owner, it's amazing. She always has such cool stuff in her shop. I mean, and it's not a big shop, but the amount of stuff that she gets in there is unreal. Unreal. And it's not sloppy, like it's organized. Yeah, it just is. She's done such a great job with that shop. But anyway, she always has the latest and greatest. So she had these redesigned bags. I'm sure y'all have seen them because I think I saw Stephen West advertising them. And I noticed that a lot would fit in them, but I just was kind of like, I don't know, are they that great? Well, Vanessa had them. She had them in small, medium, and large. And when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, that is so pretty." And when you look inside, and she showed me hers and how much, because I think a lot of the pictures that I saw, it was like full skeins of yarn. Well, most of us with project bags, we don't travel with like a bunch of full skeins of yarn unless it's for the project we're working on, right? We put in our current projects. And hers, she had her current projects in, and I was like, that actually looks really good. So I bought the medium, and then my sweet husband said, I don't know why you don't get the large. And I was like, well. So Vanessa helped me out, and I got the large, and I got it in dark green. She has multiple colors, by the way. She does ship. Yeah, I'm just letting you know if you're interested. And yeah, so this is the large. And here's what I did with mine. I have this very messy section of the couch right next to me. Like literally, you could sit two people there. That's how much room I take up with all my current knitting projects and stuff. And I'm much better at starting a project and getting everything that I need out for it than I am at putting stuff away when I'm done. And it tends to pile up. And if it's a whip that I'm not done with, oh my gosh, it just sits there. So I decided this is actually very helpful for that, because this will sit with me on the couch. And when company comes, or if I go on a trip, then I can just close it up and grab it and take it with me. Because I've noticed with going to these yarn festivals and stuff, I take a project. Every single trip that we've taken and I'm working on my project, there's something I'm like, I forgot that, and I get mad at myself because there's something that I have forgotten. I'm sorry. Des.Lynn is on here from Pittsburgh on Instagram. Hey, glad to see you. Oh, she said I was the loveliest vendor at Pittsburgh. Oh, well. You are so sweet. Thank you. That's very kind of you to say. All right. So anyway, back to my redesigned bag. So I stuck all of my active whips that sit beside me on the couch. Let me just show you, obviously, and I'm not going to go through all of them right now. My triagonal is in here, which I've made some progress, but I'll show you all that next week. My stripe step socks, Bose socks. Remember, I made him one self-striping. I got to make the other. And then also the dish towel that I'm working on for Connor. Oh, but I do need to put stitch toppers on these apparently, because I now have about to drop stitches. This is a dish towel I'm working on, not a drying mat, not a dish towel, for Connor for his apartment. I may get to that one year. Who knows? Maybe I'll work on it quickly and get it done by Christmas. Okay. Anyway, so there's a lovely zippered pouch in the middle here that holds quite a bit. And then there's also some pouches on the side. The size medium actually had a zippered pouch over here that folded out and had quite a bit of room. I was a little envious of that. And I don't remember if the small did or not. I didn't even look at the small. I'm sorry to say. But you can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 projects in here, and I could obviously fit a lot more. So when company comes over or I go on a trip, it'll just get zipped right up. It comes with a shoulder strap. So not only does it have a top handle, but shoulder strap. And it also had a big, she called it a dust cover. I don't know, is that what it's meant for? But anyway, another big bag, like that linen. So all the things. So yeah, I was very happy with this. I love it. So, hey, Cindy, glad to see you here. Kim, do you have one? I bet you do. Oh, it's redesigned. Yes, Donna. And yeah, so I got it at Knitcessities from Vanessa. So it was lovely. It is lovely. I'm very happy with it. Okay. The other thing I wanted to tell you all, if you have not been reading your newsletters, you need to, especially today's. I sent a newsletter out midweek to announce this, and then it's also in today's newsletter. For newsletter subscribers, there is a 20% off discount code for Leah Gibson's Ravelry store. All of her patterns, and I looked through, all I saw were socks, but she has a lot of sock patterns, and they're very cool. I may have bought a few for myself using our discount code. So check your newsletter. I think it's good through at least December. I'll have to check the date. Sometime in January, I think she made it for. And it's in celebration of, she just released this pattern, the Vanilla Scoop Socks pattern. And I have to tell you, I bought it and went through it because it's a vanilla sock pattern, but it's so cool in that she, gives you choices like you're building a sundae, an ice cream sundae. You have multiple options for cuffs, including a twisted rib cuff, which I thought was cool. And she organizes it very well, by the way. I'll say that again, I'm sure. And I told her So multiple heel flaps. I think, is there 3 heel flaps? Yeah, 3 heel flaps, including the Eye of Partridge. If you've never done an Eye of Partridge, you need to do it just because it looks so cool. Multiple heel turns, but again, I'm just going to quickly show you, see how they're organized? Very well. A lot of patterns that have multiple options will put them like all together. And then I'm hunting through like, okay, which one of these is meant for me? So not this. She has it organized very much, and you just pick the one that you want. And then toe, she has, I thought there were 3, but I think she said on her video that it's actually like 4 toes, including the star toe, which I've never done. Let's see, where's it at? It's a star toe. Yeah. And she also has a rounded toe. I don't think I've ever done that. So I will definitely be using this as kind of like a reference guide, because there was also one of the heel turns that she has is called a Dutch heel turn. I've never done one of those, but like I said, her instructions are so clear and organized well. So I can definitely, if you haven't done one of her patterns, I highly recommend it because she's obviously very organized. And by the way, she's also, if you go to her YouTube channel, Leah Loves to Knit is her YouTube channel. Watch her current podcast. We can watch as many as you want, but she actually has some of my yarn and she's doing a giveaway. So yeah, good stuff. All right. Moving on. Oh, good, Donna. Yeah, tickled to see the star toe. Me too. I will be doing, in fact, I might do that on my next pair of socks for Bo. I don't know. He gets a little fussy when you change things up on him. Why you got to ruin a good thing? Maybe not. I might do the star toe on my next pair of socks. Okay, let me make sure that I didn't forget anything. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this when I showed the advent calendar. Karen Sobel posted in Swan City Stitchers a pattern that uses up 4 full skeins and 4 minis if you are thinking you don't want to do socks with your sets. So I think I'll put it in the show notes. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Verglass wrap. And I forgot to write down the designer's name. I put the link. So I will add that to the show notes if you're interested, or you can just go in the Swan City Stitchers and do a search for Karen Sobel, or just scroll through the last couple of days and you'll see it. She did. She put it up there and the link is in the comments. So yeah, good stuff. All right. What else? Let's look at y'all's projects, shall we? I'm so excited about these this week. Real quick, one other thing I want to show y'all. So we get to the whips. Some lovely people, some of my favorite people came to Knitcessities to see me and also to shop at the store. And Karen Gutowski came. Y'all, look what she brought me. On the lamb. I've had it on my redesigned bag, and I think that's where I'm going to put it back on and leave it there just because I think it's so cool. So anyway. All right. So Oh, Kim, I finally got mail last night. Okay, good deal. So I can ship your stuff. Are we good to go now? I was going to send you an email about that. All right, where are we at here? Okay, right here. We're going to start off with, speaking of Saturday and the awesome people that came to see me, this project is by Samantha Orlando. And it is I'm pretty sure she said it's a Musselburgh hat. It looks like a Musselburgh hat. And I'm 99% positive that that's what she said she was knitting. This colorway, y'all, is an old colorway from a yarn lounge. It's called Space for You. So obviously we did it. It was a yarn lounge on the Space Coast. I remember that brewery, as a matter of fact. We were all outside. And but the weather was nice. It was a good one. I think if I remember correctly, those of you who remember Christine Hall, I think that would have been the last yarn lounge that she came to. So yeah, some good memories there for sure. And it's such a good colorway that I told Samantha, I said, I might have to pull that one out of the dye book and dye that up again because I like it. I like it a lot. All right. And then speaking of Karen Gutowski, I know she's posted these in the Swan City Stitchers, but here is a finished picture of her Christmas at the Cabin socks. I'm pretty sure she paired that with a Gemini mini for the heels and toes. And I think that was just I'm not sure. She didn't tell me the pattern name. So I'm guessing it was just kind of not a vanilla, but a recipe that she uses for DK weight socks. So it looks good. Okay, now here, are you ready for it? Dun, dun, dun. Karen Gutowski, and she is holding, it's called A Simple Shawl by Jane Hunter, and that is Mary Wood that she used, and she took the mini sangria that came with it and did the picot edging on that one. How good does that look? I was like, it looks so good. So that's obviously definitely something that you can do with your Advent skeins as well, is pick a one skein shawl and then do some sort of a border like she did there with that one. So that is called the simple shawl. Although she did say you do it's center increases, and she said the increases are done every other row. So it's not like it's always, it's on every right side row or every wrong side row. You're alternating. And she said if you're one of those who doesn't like track your rows specifically because you're just used to looking at it and then knowing, here, this is where I go. She said you kind of have to pay attention and see, is it time for another increase? So maybe not so simple after all, but it looks like a simple shawl. But the pattern does have that. So just keep that in mind. All right, moving on. Wait a minute. I have another one hang on, got to back up a minute. There we go. So this is another person who came by, Veronica Otero. And this, I'm glad she did because she had posted this on Instagram and somehow it didn't catch it. But she used peppermint bark. That was a Christmas colorway from last year. And she crocheted a dress on Trusty DK. How good is that? I love it. It's so cute. Got an entire little dress out of it. That's awesome. Okay, now Cindy she's probably done with this thing. Knowing her, she's so fast. This is a beautifully basic tee, and she's using the Nanatis House colorway. And I know she was doing helical knitting to kind of avoid that color pooling and stuff. And it looks amazing. It looks so awesome, Cindy. I love it. I love it so much. And then Cindy also is doing this one, which is, I think it's pronounced Sankaku. It's a shawl, and she's using two colorways, Stuck on You, and which I forget where that one comes from, but Wipeout, which was last year's, it was a Hanukkah colorway that I dyed up. So very nice, Cindy. It looks good. Great, gorgeous pattern for sure. All right. Lori. Lori is making the Holly and Jolly socks by This Handmade Life. And I know she's got Under the Mistletoe in there. And then she's also got like a neon green and a dark red. And they're looking good. That's a great Christmassy sock pattern. I was eyeing that for myself, actually. We have to see about that. Lonnie, let me find my notes on Lonnie. So this shawl, she's using Let's Save Christmas. I think that was last year's Dying to Knit colorway, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that. And then she's got some accents in there. Chocolate raspberry ganache, one of my favorite colorways, by the way. She got copper, till the cows come home. And I think she said this was a Knitmas in July pattern that she's doing there. It looks good. All right, Deb. Okay, talk about mini makes. So I'm loving seeing those, by the way, y'all. Deb is knitting up the Wee Woolens ornament set by Susan B. Anderson. I was looking at the pattern. It's really cute. She's got some sweaters and hats, and you can see the little mittens attached there. How cool is that? And Deb she actually posted multiples mini makes that she's using, but this particular one, she's using some hand-spun BFL from a BFL braid that I had dyed up. So I don't know the name of it, I'm sorry to say, but it looks so cute. I love it. All right. Okay, here we go. Angie, y'all look at this. I had to include both pictures. I hope that's okay, Angie. So there when she finished her Perla top, this is by Kydri, using Queen of Tarts on Sparkly DK. When she had finished it, she posted a picture and said, I'm just waiting on date night. So then she posted this picture. I'm assuming that's her husband. How gorgeous. I love it. So festive, so perfect. She's so cute. Cute and sexy. I love it so much. So I had to show y'all both pictures. So that's Angie. All right. Moving on. Anne made up these. Oh my goodness. Talk about cozy and warm. I can only imagine. They're the Snowdrift Mittens by Wool and Pine. And she used chimney soot on fluffy sock and fluffy lace. And I got to tell y'all, both being alpaca bases, if you combine these, it is, I just don't even know what to say. Scrumptious, drapey, beautiful. I don't know. I have, I don't know if y'all have seen it recently or remember my chic poncho, which is very lightweight and open and airy. I wear it in Florida in the summertime, but I paired both of those. And so it can be versatile. You know, alpaca can be very nice and warm, but you know, if you do something like that I did in that open garment, it's, you know, it's just lightweight and very drapey. So it can be used for so many things. I've actually sold quite a bit of yarn with that particular sample, I have to say. So, but how awesome does this look? And I love that because both of those are, fluffy sock doesn't have a halo as much. There is a tiny bit to it, but fluffy lace obviously has a halo. So I think it's easy to assume that cables wouldn't stand out using them. But this is just yet another example of how good it does look. So awesome job, Anne. I love it so much. All right, Shelvia, she used, this is, okay, it's hard to tell because she paired it with a hot pink mohair, I believe she said, but she used Pomp and Circumstance on Sparkly DK and then paired it with a mohair. And this is the Sugar and Spice sweater, which I'm assuming yes, I looked at the pattern. It just came out. This is actually a Tunisian crochet pattern. Shelvia is actually awesome in the sense that, like, she doesn't like vanilla sock patterns. She has to have something that, you know, occupies her mind. Exactly the opposite of me. But anyway, she does crochet, she knits, she loves making sweaters. When I saw her on Saturday at Knitcessity, she was working on an intarsia cardigan of all things. It's like, wow. I don't even know what to say. It looked good though. Last but not least, I grabbed this morning. I just happened to see it. So I don't even have it on a whip background. Karen Gutowski posted her before and after picture of her sock blank that she dyed at the fall fiber vendor market back in October. And I always tell people when I do this class, hey, if you, because I show them before and after pics of sock blanks so that they can see, if I use this method to dye it, then this is how it will work up, depending on the projects. A lot of people do socks, but I love that Karen, so these are double knit sock blanks. So it's 2 strands held together. And so if you separate them, the 2 strands, obviously you have 2 fingering weight strands so that you could make 2 identical socks or 2 identical hats, 2 identical mitts, whatever. But she held them together for a DK weight shawl, and she knit the orbit shawl from hers. So I'm so excited to add that to my collection of before and afters for sock blanks. And it looks good too. All right, so those are, and if I missed anything on anybody's projects, I apologize. I try to do pretty good, but you know what I've noticed about Facebook? I don't understand. Obviously, I created Swan City Stitchers, right? I want notifications of posts that are in the Swan City Stitchers, right? Would you not? Nah, instead, what Facebook will do is they'll give me a notification, and then often it will do this right underneath. Do you want to see more of these notifications with the option of show more or less? And so I say, show more. Of course I want to see it. Now I can understand it showing up once, but it's like once a week. It keeps wanting to know, do you want to see more of these or less? I'm like, I don't understand. I created the group. Anyway. Facebook. Gotta love Facebook. I tell you. They do provide a great service for us. So I have to say that. So, let's see here. Hey, Tara, that was the one after the hurricane in the fall. I had forgotten about that. I don't even remember the name of the hurricane. Oy vey. You have a very good memory. You're one of those people, aren't you, Tara? You remember those little details that I don't remember at all. Oh, wow. Okay, Cindy, you finished your, if I say it right, Sankaku. I looked up how to pronounce it, and that was what I got, but I could be wrong. Angie, 22 years married, and he enjoys a good knit hat. Hey, I love it. That means he's knit worthy. So, hey, Laura, glad to see that you made it out of Target. I bet that was interesting this time of year. All right, moving on. So the only thing that I have to show you, I did knit on my triagonal shawl, but I'm going to save that for next week, the big reveal next week, and show you what I am going to be casting on next. I haven't even got it caked up yet. I literally set the yarns aside this morning, took them out of inventory. So they're ready to go. I will be knitting Bo his pair of socks that he wants using nautical wheelers. There she is on Trusty Sock. And I will be striping with Slate and Cavendish. So this is such a great pairing. Anytime I show the cranked socks that Michelle did for me at festivals and yarn shows, people love it. So it's such a great combo. And Bo said that he wants the main color to be nautical wheelers, but then he wants some stripes of Slate and Cavendish just randomly put in. I can do whatever I want. The 2 socks don't have to be perfect. So I can just have fun with it. So I'm looking forward to that. So this is going into my redesigned bag. And who knows, maybe I'll get to work on it tomorrow. But I got to cake the yarn. So that's basically it. Hey, Evie, glad to see you here. I hope you have a wonderful weekend as well. Are y'all, we were talking last night and dying to knit about getting into the holiday spirit. And there's quite a few of us that were like, hey, we're having a hard time with it this year. So I was thinking about that this morning. I went for a quick walk because it was beautiful outside. We had, I think it started at 43 degrees. And then by the time I went on my walk, it was like 60. And the air felt so good. The sun was already beating down, but the air still felt really good. And I was thinking on my walk about, what is it that puts us in the Christmas spirit? And I think some of it is just participating in some of those Christmas activities, listening to Christmas music, watching Christmas movies. And I was thinking about things that we've done in the past. And, one of the best things that I have always liked is most social service agencies do something at Christmas time for at-risk families and impoverished groups. So, they'll do like a Christmas store. So, and what I love about that is that you can volunteer what you have. If you have time, you can volunteer time to help out. And if you have money, you can give money. You can volunteer money. Or gifts, you know what I mean? Like the angel trees and stuff like that. So that has always been something too. That I enjoy and gets me more in the spirit. So, and I have to say, I've been super busy, but after this weekend, I think I've got at least 3 weeks before my next yarn event. So I think I've got 3 weekends kind of off. So I'm looking forward to taking that, some downtime, getting some knitting done and watching some Christmas movie, all that stuff. So, all right. So what else? Okay. What do we have in the shop? We have lots of things in the shop. First of all, let me show you the new colorway is called Silent Night. Let me show you the card. This is the color card that inspired it. It's a manger scene. And this is the colorway. So I only brought one skein. This is it on Swanky sock. And you can see some of that bright pop of green, which I think Morgan said this is her favorite of the Christmas colorways. And you can see how that bright pop, it's actually, it's because I also did Glad Tidings this week. Yeah. So there's actually obviously multiple greens in there. And then there's a dark brown as well, but you see that pop of the green in there. So this is kind of what it works up in a sock. I had Michelle use a garnet mini. However, this honestly looks good with any red. Because when I was deciding which red to send her, there were so many options. Let's see. So this is Cheer. Yep, Cheer. There. That would look good. What else have we got here? Velveteen. Ooh, I like that a lot. Velveteen looks good. And then what's this one? Oh, Jingle Guts. Oh, I even like that. Look at that, y'all. Yeah. I think, Linda, you ordered that one. And I was looking at it. I was like, oh, I like that. So you've got any red would look great with this if you're looking for an accent color for sure. But yeah, so it's good. It's a good colorway. So that's in the shop on multiple bases, Silent Night. And what else? We had Dying to Knit last night. So I didn't bring in the main colorway that we dyed up, but on pre-order, so it was inspired by the Family Stone movie. So if you haven't watched that movie, I highly recommend it. It's one of the best Christmas movies of all time. The only situation ever in which it's okay to date your brother's girlfriend. And the Christmas morning scene is the best in the entire movie. So these colorways are named from lines from Christmas morning. So this one is not the jacket, not the jacket. I'm probably not even saying it right. It's a green tonal. I put basically, it's kind of like a desert sand base colorway down, concentrate down. And then I took an evergreen concentrate and just threw it on there. And so that gives it the tonal qualities that you see. Although there is some cool color separation as well. I'm noticing that you get. That's interesting, given that it's a liquid concentrate, but you might see some of that. And then the red one is You Don't Even Love Her. I probably didn't say that right either. It's actually a cranberry red. I don't know how well it's showing up. And I love it. I've never done this shade of red that I'm aware of. And again, tonal. I use that same desert sand colorway as a base. And then I just poured that cranberry red on top. Came out so nice. What do we think? Might be a good color for me. Let's see about that. I like it though. I like it a lot. So that one is You Don't Even Love Her. So those are on pre-order. I don't know. They'll be on pre-order for about a week or so until I'm ready to dye it up, and then I'll take it down. So the other thing, okay. Let me tell you about, most of you have heard of dyeing to knit. I've done dyeing to knit from the beginning. However, if you're new and you don't know, let me just quickly give you an overview of dyeing to knit. Oh, thank you, Tish. Nice green tonal. Hang on, let me read a few of your comments. Tara, you are always, I have always admired that about you. If y'all don't know, Tara is part of a charity gifting crochet group, and they are constantly through her work. Oh, I don't know if it's just, I know it's through Disney. And I don't want to give too much information away about your personal life. However, the group they donate so much. She's always doing hats, blankets. Yeah. Oh, a scarf too. I love that. So it's amazing. All this stuff. I love that. Oh, Tish, definitely feeling like Christmas. Yeah, that's good. And holiday baking, yeah, we're going to have to do some holiday baking for sure. Oh, so y'all turned in your end of year stuff. Oh, Tara, that's awesome. I know that's a good feeling. Absolutely. I love that. Laura, I sent a box of knit and crocheted hats as well as some old shawls and scarves to Maryland to go in care bags for chemo patients. I love that. I want to do one of our upcoming fiber challenges that I would like to do is focused on charity. So if you have some good overall recommendations for that, places that people can send to, let me know. And yeah, and we'll do that in one of these upcoming months for sure. I love that idea. So thank you, Evie. Great color. The Blanketeers. That's right. That's Tara's group. I love it so much. Yeah, I've always loved that. All right. Okay. So Dyeing to Knit is, it's at the heart of it. It's basically a mystery subscription that you sign up for. Basically, it runs in 3-month increments, and you only know the theme. So you sign up and you pick a base and you pick the number of skeins that you want to receive each month, and you get billed accordingly. Now, what's different about this is that when you sign up, you get put into a Facebook group, and then you get to see that mystery colorway dyed up once a month. It's usually the second Thursday of every month at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. I do a live in the dye studio and show a pan or two of it being dyed up, so that you see ahead of time what went into your colorway. I also do lives randomly during the week in that group, just to show y'all what I'm up to. One-of-a-kind colorways that got formed because of some mishap, or it didn't come out quite the way I wanted it to, something like that. I usually show them colorways first, ideas that I have, stuff like that. So I do that. And next year's theme, of course, if you haven't noticed, it's wildflowers. So every 3-month series next year through September at least will be wildflowers. For the holiday months, October, November, and December, I call them the holiday months. I'll probably go back to my movie standard, but you never know. I may say, because we only have, the first 3 months will be the Southeast region. I think after that we go is it the Northeast and then the Midwest, which that still leaves the Southwest region. So who knows? I may decide that the last 3 months of the year will also be wildflower. I don't know. I'm just saying. But anyway, so you'll notice on the website, there's 3 different listings. They're all for the same dyeing to knit. But the reason they're different is because we have people who want to sign up for different lengths of time. So if you see the graphic with the gold star, that's my Forever Fiber Club. Those are my dyeing to knit people who know that they don't want to be canceled after 3 months or even 6 months. They just want to keep their subscription going until they're ready to cancel. And you can always cancel at any time in all of the levels. It just lets me know, okay, we're at the end of the first 3 months. My Forever people are not getting, I won't cancel their subscription. I know they want to continue on. The same with the Faithful Fiber Club. If you know that you're pretty sure you want to do it all next year, then you can sign up for that one and I won't cancel you until the end of next year. If you will sign up for the Frivolous Fiber Club, then I will cancel you after the first 3 months. So you pay when you sign up and then you'll get 2 automatic billings after that. And then I will cancel you. And that's for people who maybe want to try out the Dyeing to Knit Club, see if it's something they like, or if you're somebody who likes to change bases a lot, which we can always change your base at any time anyway. But that way, you get 3 months of one base and then I'm going to change my base after that. Or, or maybe I don't know if I want to continue on after that. So just to let you know, that's what it's all the same Dyeing to Knit subscription. But it helps me when I'm in my subscription app to see the different graphics and know, okay, I'm canceling the pink graphic, the pink stars, because I know those people are done after 3 months. So that was what brought that out. Kim, then it's hard to cancel. Don't want FOMO. I know. I tell ya. Okay. The other thing, just to let you all know, I have been in the background while I've been dyeing up special orders and Silent Night and everything else. I have been restocking the shop. So there's some new Under the Mistletoe. If you like that colorway, especially, I just did it on Fluffy Lace again. Oh, how good does that look? So Under the Mistletoe is back. I did Velveteen. I think Velveteen is on some sparkly bases that it was never on before. So if you're interested in the sparkle bases, in fact, I got some right here. Here it is on Sparkly Sock. Ay, 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 ay. So that's back. I did some Nautical Wheelers. I just showed you one that I'm going to knit with. Nautical Wheeler, Slate, Cavendish. So if you've been wanting some of those, they're being restocked, and I'll continue to restock them when I come back, starting next week. Young Woo is available. Just a few skeins are in the shop. It's on Trusty Sock Mini and a few on Trusty Sock. I had a special order for it and had some room in the pot. So it's a great neutral with some black and gray and just a small amount of brown, speckles. So the shop will be closed tomorrow, because the online shop, because I will be at the Tampa Fiber Arts Conference. So if there's something you want, grab it and I will set your order aside and ship it to you. So speaking of the Tampa Fiber Arts Conference, I've told you all about that, but it's a crocheted, the crochet. Let me think about this. The Tampa, what is their name? Tampa Crochet. Maybe that's what it is. Sarah, who heads up the Tampa Crochet group. I want to say it's something different than that. Anyway, it's in your newsletter. There's a link to it if you're interested. I happened to look on the meetup where you can buy tickets, and I think there's just a handful of spots left. So they must be taking tickets right up until the day of, if you're interested. It's basically, I want to say it's $49 or $50, and it gets you a morning workshop and an afternoon workshop, a bunch of different crochet options. I think there was even a beginner crochet that I was like, Anyway, you get your ticket. It's at the Gandy Civic Center and it's from 9 to 2 and it includes lunch. You get a lunch option. So, um, so yeah, if you're interested in looking for something to do for tomorrow, there you go. That's where I will be. And then after that, by the way, Distaff Day, I think I told y'all already, registration is open. So if you haven't signed up yet, you can do so now on their website. That's always a great time. I love Distaff Day. It's one of my favorite Florida events for sure. All right. I think that's it. I'm looking around me to see if there's anything I forgot to tell y'all. I don't think I did. For once, I think I may have covered everything. So, listen, Christmas is coming, but it's not next week. So, and actually, I won't have any disruption of our lives because Christmas is not on Friday and I'll be here. So, I'll be here next week, right here, and hopefully with another FO. So I hope that y'all have a good weekend. Thank you so much for joining me. I've said it before. There's a million ways you could spend your time, spend your money. So I sure appreciate it when you spend it with me. I look forward to our Friday Swan roundups and always have such a good time with y'all. So I hope you have a good weekend. I hope you're enjoying the weather wherever you're at and you're getting some good fiber crafting in and that you are enjoying the holiday season, whatever it is that you celebrate. So yeah, you guys take care of yourselves and I'll see you next week. All right. Bye everybody.